Welcome to the Gibson Island Yacht Squadron, located on the causeway that connects the mainland to a private, gated community. Founded in 1924, the squadron has a long history with the Star class, has twice been the host of the World Championship, and hosts the Star Western Hemisphere Championship this year. Hi, I'm Ashley Love from T2P TV, and together with my producer, Bruce Nairn, behind the camera, we are covering all 3 days of racing. 34 boats from across the U.S. and Canada are here in the water and spending the next 3 days racing out in the Chesapeake Bay. Tom Duggan, PRO for this event, held us for a little bit on shore to let this easterly fill in. It's blowing about 10 knots with a ripping ebb. "15 seconds left. That ebb is forcing the boats from the pin end towards the race committee boat. The first race of the Star Western Hemispheres for 2025 is off. Scott Schilderberg, sailing with Earl Chambers, representing the Gibson Island Yacht Squadron, are working the right side with fellow Gibson Island member Robert Dunnigan, sailing with Murray Lee. The farthest right boat, Michael Levelette and Jack Carcoof, repping the Annapolis Yacht Club. Designed in 1911 by Francis Swesguth, this boat has really proven to be a classic in every sense. It was the Olympic class boat from 1932 to 2012 and is supported by a worldwide association with over 7,500 yachts built over its 80-year history and 2,000 plus actively racing today. At just under 23 feet long, 5'7" wide, they have 285 square feet of sail area. That's a lot of sail area for two people. So the crew is usually the larger of the two, and they have a hiking vest that helps them get out over the edge of the boat. That's something that this class actually invented, and a lot of other modern dinghies, including the 470s, 505s, 29ers, use hiking vests. They also invented suction bailers, and they have adjustable jib leads, a four-way action of deck-mounted jib leads that allow them to carve the shape of the sail, keeping a good shape to match changing conditions. The lead boats come in from the right side, and George Szabo, a world champion, sailing with Guy Avalon from San Diego Yacht Club, are in first with about two hot on their heels. Arthur Anisov sailing with David Cesar, the VP of the North American Star class. Downwind, you'll get to see their whisker poles in action and the circular boom vang that was developed by Duarte Bello. Lead change, Arthur Anisov, who's won this event and finished second and fifth, has taken over the lead. Joining us from Britannia Yacht Club, Quentin Gallen, sailing with James Golden, a Finn sailor. The easterly is a strange direction for this area, but race committee's on top of it. We're moving 5 degrees to the left this time. There are at least 3 sets of father-daughter and grandfather and granddaughter teams. Tom Price here is sailing with his daughter Sadie. Playing the middle left-hand side, Arthur Anisov extends his lead around the second top mark. It's a downwind to the finish. George Szabo with a youth spirit on the crew, Guy Avalon in second. The current is sucking boats into these marks, but Tom Londrigan makes it around. Anisov and Cesar get the first bullet of this event. 5 seconds to go for the start of number 2 race with Arthur Anisov in boat number 2. Our winner from last race winning the pin, George Szabo, bow 32, 2 boats to windward. John McCausland, the other gold star out here, having won a world championship, also joins the left parade. This is looking a lot like last race, where George Szabo comes into the top mark in first. Arthur tacking in into a tight second place. Boat number 5 is Luke Buxton and Meehan Irose, representing Sandy Bay Yacht Club in Rockport, Massachusetts. Oh, lots of yelling behind them. Bow 23 thinks they had to avoid. Bow 35, they're going to take a spin. This is a working area of the Chesapeake. Barges going through, almost through the course. Bow 34 is one of our Florida teams. Larry Whipple sailing with Brian Sharp out of Coral Reef. Around the bottom mark, Arthur Anisov and George Szabo were about equal. George makes a right turn, splitting gates. With such long courses, the leverage from left to right is so long, but George Szabo is keeping tabs on not only his closest competition, but the entire fleet. Szabo is a 5-time U.S. national champion, a 4-time North American champion, and he has his gold star for winning the Worlds in 2009. This is also a course for one last windward mark rounding to head downwind for the finish. George Szabo catches the second bullet with Arthur behind in second. So both of them will go into day 2 tied for 3 points. 2 races on day 1 and 2 more days of racing to come. Thanks for joining us. For T2P TV, I'm Ashley Love.